Hi friends, so it is Sunday. I have been getting lots of requests to do, to just show more of my food and to do a vlog. So I figured I would do a vlog today and show you guys some of my food, some of my meals, and also just kind of give you guys an update at where I'm at in my improvement season. I am about 14 weeks post-show, and definitely, steadily gaining weight, which is, it's been a journey, a process that's obviously necessary, but wanted to just make a video and kind of sit down and give you guys an update, and just how I'm feeling in general, mentally with the weight gain, as I know it can be a really hard time for a lot of competitors, and sometimes it can be tough, right? Because, where we're at now, where I'm at right now, I may show my pictures to other people and they're like, oh my God, Lexi, you're still lean. But I think what people don't realize is once you've been stage lean, once you've prepped and gotten to a very low level of body fat, anything beyond that, it's kind of hard to see, yourself go from being stage lean to anything beyond that. But it's necessary. I'm learning to embrace this phase, and hopefully, this video can help some of you guys out there who are also in this phase, whether you're a competitor or even just somebody who is coming off of a long diet. But I'm going to take you guys along for the day. I don't know if this will be a, full-on vlog, full day of eating, but I'm going to take you guys with me today, and show you guys some of my food. And so yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next clip. Okay, just went to Starbucks. I live really close to one. I don't do this very often. I'll get Starbucks maybe once a week, but I figured it's a Sunday. I'm gonna treat myself. I don't even know if you can see me. It's so sunny. I can barely see myself, but this is what I just got. I just got a decaf Americano because I don't really need the caffeine. And then I always get sugar-free vanilla because that's their only sugar-free syrup. And then light almond milk. And then, of course, I add my own stevia when I get back to my apartment, which will be in 2 minutes. Okay, so really quick, here is the stevia that I just put in my coffee. I just get this from Walmart, and I think it's $3, but just a little squeeze of this. And before I get asked, because I feel a lot of people ask me this, why do you get a decaf? Is there something wrong with caffeine? And no, there is absolutely nothing wrong with caffeine. I just drink, honestly, this coffee because I like the flavor, the taste. So, if I want to have an energy drink or pre-workout or whatever, I really don't need this to be caffeinated if I don't notice a difference between decaf and caffeinated. So I always just get decaf. But yeah, this is my go-to, and Starbucks is usually a little treat for me. So decided to treat myself today, and I'm going to sip on this now. Okay, showing you guys a little snack I've been recently obsessed with. Don't mind, I took one of the yolks out. That's what's in the background. But hard-boiled eggs and salsa have really been my jam recently. Obviously, my fats are a little bit higher, so I keep the yolks in 2 of the eggs. But your girl likes to save fat for peanut butter, of course, so I don't do 3 yolks. So I took 1 of them out of this, but I usually will put salsa on them. But this has been kind of one of my recent favorite snacks. I'm pretty sure I've had this every day for the past 3+ weeks at this point. Okay, friends, so I am still enjoying oatmeal on the regular, usually multiple servings of it per day, but what I have here is, it's kind of hard to tell, and unfortunately it's not as thick as I wanted it to be because I added a little too much water into the oatmeal, but this is oatmeal cooked, and then what I do after I cook the oatmeal is I add in pumpkin, and then I also add in vanilla Greek yogurt, and I have this one that I've been getting from Aldi. It's essentially just the same as the Dannon Too Good, except it's Aldi's brand. So I have that, and then I also added cinnamon, and then I added blueberries, and then what I'm getting ready to add is going to be some flaxseed. And I recently just started adding this into my oat bowls. Flaxseed just has so many benefits, not only for, balancing hormones, but also just so many nutritional benefits. It's super high in fiber. I think it's known as the nutritional powerhouse. So one thing that I really intrigued in is just really focusing on nutrients, micronutrients, and eating a lot more whole foods, right? Not that I don't normally do that, but I just have really been learning about different things I can incorporate. So I'm incorporating some flaxseed, gonna mix it in here. But yes, I've been eating oatmeal pretty much, I still eat it every day. Usually I'll top it with some sort of fruit. Today was blueberries, but usually it's like air fried apples or blueberries, usually either or. So this has been one of my favorite meals recently. And again, it's not as thick as I wish it would be, but I just added too much water into the oatmeal, but it'll still taste good and still got the same macros as it would if I didn't add as much water. Okay, so I thought I'd throw this little clip in here. I didn't get any workout footage, but I did just work out. I came to the Pro Physique studio. Usually I'll come here on Sundays if I can, not every Sunday. But I will finish up my work because I have some client check-ins on Sundays, and then I will train legs. And I just had one of the best glute workouts. And when I say one of the best, it was one of the best because I've been struggling recently to isolate my glutes, and like I'll do a lot of movements that are supposed to target my glutes, but like I don't feel my glutes being activated. And today, like, oh my gosh, they actually feel like they got worked, and that makes me so happy. So yesterday I got a massage. It was my rest day, and I was kind of talking to my masseuse. I went to a new guy, and he gave me some tips for some like warm-up activation exercises, like why my glutes may not be firing. And what I have been doing in the past is like I'd been stretching my hips, but I hadn't really been like doing any external rotation when I warmed up with my hips. And he said that was probably a really big reason why they weren't firing and activating. So I did that today. And then I also made sure to really emphasize like warm-up sets and not like overdoing the weight where, you know, I didn't feel it in my glutes at all. And like, it was just an awesome workout. So I'm so happy. And I had to throw this clip in here. I know it has nothing to do with food, but it is part of my day, and it just made me so happy. All right, snack time. So I have this pretty much every day. Usually it falls around like after my workout, usually in the evening, because that's when I get a bit of a sweet tooth. But I do rice cakes, usually just the lightly salted rice cakes. You guys would be super surprised to know that I have not had caramel rice cakes in probably months. And I know that when I was in prep, I was freaking obsessed with them, but they started to become so hard to find that I just like stopped buying them and haven't really had them since. So I've been doing lightly salted rice cakes, and then I will do usually, I mean, since my fats are a little bit higher, some days I will do like 1.5 servings of peanut butter. So I am today using Pumpkin Toffee Betch by Fokin Nuts. This is a pumpkin peanut butter. It has toffee bits. My camera isn't the best and you can't really see, but it has toffee bits and it's so amazing. So a little pro tip, by the way, because I've found that a lot of people don't actually do this, but the best and the easiest way to measure out peanut butter is put your jar on your food scale, zero it out, and then just scoop it from the jar. That way you don't have to like, it's weird. I feel like if you don't do it that way, then you have to like sometimes put the peanut butter back in the jar after you've already taken it out and put it on the rice cake. So I always do it this way, put the jar on the scale, zero it out, and then just take out how much I need, and it'll read like the serving size in negative on the screen. So this is what I'm doing. Like I said, I have this pretty much every day. It's kind of my little like treat, because it definitely does satisfy my sweet tooth. So that is what I am making. Okay, so clearly it is, well, I guess, I don't know why I said clearly because you guys can't see, but it's later at night because it's dark out. I'm looking at a dark window right now. I ran to the store and I went to Aldi's, which I've been on an Aldi's kick recently. I don't know, I like it, it's cheap, and I got some chicken, some other things too. I get like some staple items there, nothing too fun. And I forgot to show you guys, I just got home and like put it all away, but nothing super special. I got some chicken, and what I did is I cooked it in the air fryer. So recently I have been eating chicken and egg whites, whole eggs as my main sources of protein, along with like Greek yogurt and, you know, protein powder and things like that. But the two things that I've been prepping would be the grilled chicken, and then I actually do prep my hard-boiled eggs because they're annoying. Like when you want them, then you have to boil the water, boil the eggs, and it's like a whole 25-minute ordeal. So what I do is I get my chicken and I just put it in the air fryer. So I'll show you guys kind of what that looks like. I don't season it or anything. I just air fry it plain until it's cooked through, stored in the refrigerator, and then as I eat it, you know, I'll add seasonings. I love adding salsa. I've been on a huge salsa kick recently, so I'll show you guys just kind of what the chicken looks like here really quickly. Okay, so nothing super glamorous. The lighting is kind of bad. I can't open this too much farther, otherwise it hits my microwave. But yeah, I just stuck them in the air fryer. Now I'll transfer them into like a Tupperware, put them in the fridge, and store it in the fridge. And this will not last me at all because I love my chicken. Okay, so please don't mind my messy like stovetop. I've been cooking, it's a bit of a mess, but I wanted to show you guys. I did just show you how I will like prep my chicken in bulk. So I have my chicken, and then I also have, I told you I've been enjoying a lot of eggs recently for protein. So all of these in here I have already hard boiled. So what I'll do, and it's really easy for me, is, you know, I like to still get in my veggies, my macros. So I have some spinach here, which spinach is one of my like main, I would say, vegetable sources right now. I usually do spinach, zucchini, and then either carrot coins or Brussels sprouts. Those have kind of been my like main veggie sources, but I'll take something like this and then I can add, you know, either my chicken or I can add hard-boiled eggs on top if I want. And then, you know, like in this instance, I'll add some chicken. I'll add some prepped butternut squash or potato. Those tend to be like the main like dinner type of carb sources that I have prepped. I'll add the chicken, I'll add the carbs to the bowl of sauteed spinach. And then typically, instead of using like salad dressing, I will, and I know this may sound weird, but it's actually really good. I'll add some like Dijon mustard and then some salsa, just kind of mix it all up. But that is why I meal prep, or I prep, you know, kind of in bulk, my protein sources. That way I can just kind of piece together meals in the evening or throughout the day as I go. But I wanted to show you guys I am still eating veggies. Don't you worry. I realize I don't think I've showed any veggies in this video so far, but I definitely still get them in. But this is just a little hack in kind of what I do to kind of piece together meals to make it simple on myself. Okay, also really quickly wanted to show you guys something that I've been incorporating. That is, I'm trying to show you guys them without dumping them out of the bag, dried apricots. So dried fruit is amazing if your carbs are high and you need something that's going to be calorie dense and digest very easily. So for example, these dried apricots, I love them. I get them from Sprouts in like the bulk section. So they're tiny, right? I think like 7 of these, I think it's 7, are about 25 grams of carbs, right? So that is not a lot for a lot of carbs, right? So my carbs are pretty high right now, and in order for me to, you know, feel like I have optimal digestion, because one of the problems that some people run into, myself included, is when my carbs get high, you know, I don't want to fill all my carbs with things like rice cakes, things like, you know, vegetables. I still have rice cakes, I still have vegetables, right? But the point being is, if I were to get in all of my carbs with those really volume-rich sources, I would feel super bloated by the end of the night. Digestion would probably be kind of wonky. So I need to incorporate more calorie-dense sources, specifically carb sources. So dried fruit is really, really good for me. I think it tastes really good too. So dried apricots have been something I've been incorporating recently. Again, I've just been getting it from like the bulk section at Sprouts. But yes, I wanted to show you guys that because that's kind of like something new I've been doing that I didn't do in prep and that I've started doing this improvement season. Okay, so this is super informal. I'm just like chilling with you guys. I have you propped up on a pillow. I'm just kind of laying on my bed, getting ready to take a shower. So I wanted to film this before I get all, you know, comfy for the night. But as promised, I wanted to chat a little bit about just a few updates, kind of let you guys know where I'm at in this improvement phase, talk a little bit about weight gain and just some like mental, you know, just some thoughts that, you know, I think will potentially maybe help some other girls who are going through this phase too. Because let's be honest, it seems very glamorous, right? My prepping vlogs, you know, obviously I was very low energy. I had major diet face, which I didn't even realize at the time, but now I look back and I'm like, whoa. But prep is the glamorous part in the sense that, you know, you're getting leaner each week. It's a really cool phase to just document. People are drawn to it, right? You post your progress pictures and people are like, oh my gosh, you look so good. And then, you essentially start doing the opposite. You compete, and then when you go into your improvement phase, the goal is not to see lines anymore. It's to actually put on healthy body weight. And for most, that's not the glamorous phase. A lot of people aren't posting their physique updates, on social media, because that's not the glamorous phase, right? It can be a hard time for a lot of competitors, and myself included. I'm trying my best to still post, progress pictures, physique updates, which I will go ahead and post my most recent update up here, and then I'll post a little side by side, just so you can see for reference where I was at my leanest state and then where I'm at now. So currently, on average, I'm about 7-8 pounds up from my stage weight. I'm definitely not done growing. I have at least, I would say, 3-4, probably 5 pounds left to put on. Now, I find that I've started to become more and more accepting of the fact that I'm going to have to put on a little bit more weight, and I'm going to have to get uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, I do not want to step on stage next time looking like the exact same, girl that I was this past August, or this past season. I don't want that. And, I've had a lot of people ask me, how long are you taking off? When are you going to compete next? And I can tell you this much. I'm definitely not competing, next year in the spring, or, I don't even know, the summer. At the very earliest, it would probably be the fall of next year. I am completely okay and accepting that good things take time. And recently, I've started following a lot of girls on social media, because this really does help me. And I've come across a couple girls who literally have taken over a year off, and they're back on stage this year, and their physique is mind-blowing different than it was the last time they stepped on stage. I think it's awesome, these girls who get on stage year after year after year. And some people can do that. Some people have the muscle. But my feedback in particular was that I need to grow, right? Could I compete next year? Yeah, I think I can absolutely compete next year. I would say probably, late summer, fall at the earliest. But I don't know if that's going to be a long enough time for me to substantially put on enough muscle and come back with a drastically different package like I want to put on. So I don't want to marry a time frame. I'm very accepting that good things take time, and I certainly don't want to rush the process. I've kind of always been this way, but more recently, like I said, seeing some of these girls that I follow that are literally killing it this year after taking a year off, and they're natural like me, it just gives me a lot of hope that okay, maybe I should just, enjoy this phase, be a little aggressive. It's okay to be uncomfortable, to put on a little bit of weight. It's gonna pay off in the end. And also, one big thing I'm focusing on is kind of just disconnecting from my body in a sense, or my body image. So of course I'm still practicing posing. I'm still taking my progress pictures, but I'm trying not to fixate on my self-image. If I practice posing, I try to practice it for 10-15 minutes, and then, I'll put the camera down. I'll stop recording myself. I'll stop looking at myself, because at that point, sometimes when you look at yourself for too long, that's when you start to pick apart the flaws and all that jazz. So that's kind of where I'm currently at. I didn't want to make this clip too long, but that's where I'm currently at. My food is definitely very high. Cardio is substantially low. I'm still doing cardio. It's 5 times a week for 15 minutes. And then I'm still very active throughout the day. I hit at least 10K steps every day, usually not too far beyond that. But that's currently where I'm at. And as you guys saw, I kind of showed you some of the things that I eat, some of the changes I've made. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if there will be another clip after this clip, I'm not sure. But if there isn't, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. And also let me know if you guys, if there's any in particular content that you want to see. Please let me know, comment below. I will totally make a video on anything you guys want to see. So like I said, I don't know if this will be the last clip, but if it is, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys mean the world to me, and yeah, thanks for watching.